What's up, ConnMovieMaker viewers? This is Nate, and today I'm bringing you a War Thunder beginner's guide. So first, War Thunder is a flight simulator World War II plane game similar to World of War planes. It's found on Steam it's completely free to play. Of course, there's like the whole premium membership that you could buy and extra stuff like to upgrade your planes and such. But it is free to play. It's not pay to win, so don't worry about that. Alright, so basically we're going to get into the beginner's guide. So after you launch the game, download the game, launch the game, and make your in-game profile account, you're going to have to choose an Air Force. You could choose between the Americans, the Germans, the Russians, the British, or the Japanese. Each have their own abilities, which you can find out in the link in the bottom left-hand corner. There's a link to a video where I explain more about each individual Air Force. Okay, so first we're going to go into the game, and I'm going to show you some button controls that could help you that I didn't know at first while playing the game that could help you as a beginner. So let me switch over to that. We're going to test fly the P-39Q, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we're back with a test flight. So you can simply test flight any plane you want by simply clicking the test flight button over the plane little banner at the bottom of your screen, like I did before, like I had before. Some key things for taking off would be you can switch your flaps. I believe this starts on takeoff flaps, but in the bottom left hand corner you see I can change my flaps currently to takeoff and raised. Takeoff will obviously help you. Takeoff, obviously. Yeah, that's dumb. So basically, to power up, you press W. You can see my speed, my throttle went up, and now my speed's increasing. And soon I will start to take off. You want to aim the mouse up, and we'll get off the ground soon. Come on. Just gotta get up high enough speed, and see now we're starting to take off. A key thing is when you're taking off is you want to retract your gears by pressing G. In the beginning you'll have biplanes which cannot retract their wheels, but when you increase your ability to get more planes, you can retract and retract your gears and your wheels for your landing. So as you can see, as we get farther away from the Air Force, we still have the raised flaps, and then we have combat flaps in the bottom left. You're doing this by pressing F. I didn't say that before, but that's what you're doing. You're doing it by pressing F. So I could change from raised, which allows you, or the basic default position that your flaps will be in. And if you want to turn, or if you're in combat, you want to switch to combat. It helps you turn a little bit faster, so you can outmaneuver your enemies. A lot of War Thunder is actually just out turning your opponent. So it's really that comes in handy when you want to turn faster, because some of these planes have very low turn radius. So sorry on the little lag spike there. Alright, so another cool thing is if you don't want to fly this third-person view like I fly in, you can fly in cockpit mode. It's a little bit harder to aim, or you can fly in this kind of mode, which I'm not even sure what this is actually called, but this is ridiculous. I don't know why you would ever play in this kind of view. I can see the cockpit. I can see you playing the cockpit. Alright, and then you'll see that this plane I can shoot with obviously just clicking the right button, which shoots both your cannons and your machine guns. You can shoot, which some planes don't have cannons and others do. You get cannons as you unlock more planes. The farther down, the higher tier planes have higher cannons as such. You can zoom in by pressing right mouse. You can increase your throttle, unlike not with just W, but with your scroll wheel. So you can see that. What else is there? Okay, you can press C, and that allows you to check behind you and like at angles and stuff, so you can see anywhere's around your plane for incoming other fighters and your next target that you want to pick up, or the one you have to avoid. And another cool thing is if you press 1 on planes that have cannons and machine guns, you press 1, you shoot your machine guns only, and you shoot your cannons only. If you press 2, 4 I press 4 if you have missiles. I'm sure there's another button, but that's what I do. Handy thing is, which I didn't know, is you do have to reload your ammo in arcade mode, which you press Y to do so, and you can see at the top left my machine guns, my cannons are beginning to reload. And I thought it took me a while to figure out, at least because I was trying to press R, and obviously R is like the normal reload button, but that didn't really work. I mean, of course, you can change the keybinds to change that, but tab, you can see your goals and your objectives and everything, and your M is your map, which actually looks very similar to your tab, but in multiplayer, you'll see like the whole list of people's names and stuff. Z is zoom, I guess, as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for controls. I mean, you can press Q and E to like bank different ways, and obviously you have your D and your A, and you put your throttle down with S, so now my throttle is 0. Alright, so that's basically all the controls you're going to need in game. So now we're going to go back to the main menu, and I'm going to show you some cool tricks with like how to upgrade your planes and put points into your pilot so that your pilot is better and you can succeed more in battle. And we'll be right back. Alright, so now that we're back in our hangar, you can see in the top corner we have our research points, our silver lines, which is almost like your currency, and then your golden eagles, which are your premium currency. And here you can you can use these to upgrade your planes, buy more crews, and research planes. So so every round you earn a certain amount of research points and silver lions. The research points don't do much, like the ones that stack at the top of your screen, but there are separate research points that go into your plane. You can see here, this is my American tree, and I'm working on tier 3 planes at the moment. But you can choose. So say I wanted to switch my research, I could choose research this plane, and at the end of every battle you'll get required research points. So I need 32,000. On a good game you get maybe like 1,000 points. On a decent game you'll get like 800 points, and in a bad game you can get 300 to like 600 points, depending on what your definition of good, bad, and okay games are. And of course you get the daily bonus for winning your first round with that Air Force, so that gives you a huge boost if you do have a good game your first game. It does take a little bit to get used to, so the game does have a little quickly learning curve, so you could get good really fast. So that's how researching works. If you go into each plane, so we just flew the P-39Q, and so say we killed a bunch of guys, and you earn what they call pilot points, so you can, or crew points. So I have 20 XP points for my P-39 left over, so you can put them into different things. If you have a bomber, you put them into gunner. If you can upgrade your pilot, you can upgrade how your relift speed and your weapon maintenance is, so your weapon maintenance stops you from jamming. So I'm going to put one in there, which of course they start a lot lower than 10 points, but this is just because I have a crew level of 180 where it just starts 0. So every time you and vitality makes your pilot from stop getting knocked out, which is it's a key feature because it does happen a lot in the beginning. So every time you add one of these points, or you spend your XP on one of these points, it adds to your crew level. And when you get no, that's not it. When you get high enough crew level, you can buy crew updates. What are these called? Qualifications, and that helps your plane a lot. Like you can see all the green pluses. That's what I get for my qualification that I got at 150 crew level. The next one's at 450, which is pretty far away. But that's how that works. You also unlock at the end of every game. You unlock research points towards modifications. You can see that I'm working on new 37mm cannons for this plane, and there's like a bunch of other things you can get. Like all your these are all passive upgrades, except for like obviously if you get bazookas, you have to press like 4 to launch those. So it's pretty cool. Or you can have bombs, and that allows you to drop bombs with your plane. There's a whole bombing tutorial that you could try out, and it explains how to do that. Make sure to check out the video in the bottom left for what army or Air Force, I should say, Air Force that you want to choose for what country's Air Force, and the pros and cons of every Air Force. It's just gonna be a quick, like 2-minute video, so check that out. And thanks for watching the beginning guide of War Thunder, and we'll see you guys in the next video.